Entrepreneurial Development Program. This is the topic which is going to be discussed now. So, what is this meaning of this Entrepreneurial Development Program? It is a program designed to help an individual to strengthen the entrepreneurial motive and in acquiring skills and capabilities necessary for playing his entrepreneurial role effectively. So, this type of entrepreneurial development program is necessary to understand what are the motives behind an entrepreneur and how to help in developing such motives, developing entrepreneurial values and behavior. Now, there are several target groups of entrepreneurial development program. We can see some of these target groups under here. Society, that is people in the society, they can take the benefit of this EDP programs, entrepreneurial development programs. Then people with specific technology, there might be some people who might be having some innovative ideas and they might also be having some specific technology with respect to while entering into business, so they also could be considered. Then entrepreneurs in the field of science and technology, then people from SC/ST background, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe background, women entrepreneurs, then ex-military entrepreneurs, those who have served in the different forces of the country, they also are eligible for in EDP. Then rural entrepreneurs, that is people from the village side. Artisans means they will include different craftsmen who have their own um indigenous, or they have their own knowledge about various handicrafts, various such kind of local aspects. Physically handicapped people and even the Adivasi groups or Adivasi entrepreneurs. All these are target groups of EDP. Moving ahead, we can see the different objectives of EDP. It helps in analyzing environment related to small industry and small business. That is, you already know about micro environment and macro environment. It helps to analyze and also understand in which type of environment it is more beneficial for small industry and small business, and how to move ahead in the or how to face the challenges which come towards them in various environment. It also helps to select the project or a product into which they are going to enter. It helps to formulate the project, means it helps to implement the project, get it done. It also helps in understanding the process and procedure of setting up of small enterprises. It helps to know the support needed to launch the enterprise, various schemes. It even provides basic management skills. Along with that, it also helps to understand the different prospects and consequences. Pros and cons means prospects and consequences of being an entrepreneur, and they help in focusing on entrepreneurship. It helps in faster industrial development. Also, it will help to create employment opportunities by increasing medium and small scale industries. It also helps in industrialization of the rural and village sector. It also helps in creating self-employment opportunities for educated unemployed youth. So EDP consists of various such programs which helps to motivate the people in order to come forward and set up industries. The phases of an EDP includes three different parts, that is pre-training, training and follow-up. So basically we have seen now EDP is primarily designed to induce or to provide motivation and competence among the entrepreneurs. So the syllabus or the content or the curriculum of this will be designed in such a way that it helps to motivate and develop competency among these people. So it will give various, or it will consist of various contents like general introduction to entrepreneurship, motivational training, concepts with respect to improving the managerial skills, the expert knowledge on various support system and various procedures. Also, it gives idea about fundamental or project feasibility study. It will also help to encourage different plant or factory visit to provide practical knowledge to the entrepreneurs. So once these course contents are decided, the next is to start the program. And there are different phases, as I told you here, as you can see over here: pre-training, training and follow-up. Pre-training phase consists of all activities before the training starts. It actually consists of activities for preparing to launch the training program. Here, they will be selecting the entrepreneurs for training program, arranging all the infrastructure from where this program would be conducted, deciding who will be the resource person or guest faculty for the program, might be from experts from the education, from industry, from banking sector and all, take steps for starting the program and form selection committees to select the trainees and provide publicity and campaigning or create awareness about such programs. Then comes the training phase. Here now, what happens? The objective is to develop the motivation, skill, competency, etc. among the potential entrepreneurs. So there will be extremely care taken to impart both theoretical as well as practical knowledge to various trainees, like whether the proposed project would be successful or not, whether the trainee is ready to take up this challenge as an entrepreneur or not, or take this entrepreneurship as a career or not, whether the trainee is behaving like that of an entrepreneur, whether the trainee is having sufficient knowledge on the resources and technology available or not, what kind of entrepreneurial feature or what kind of entrepreneurial trait this particular individual is lacking, and how can we take steps to add such or improve such quality in an individual. Those things happen in the second phase. Then comes the follow-up phase. This is post-training. That is, now the training is completed. Here what happens? Now here the entrepreneurs are developed so that they can start their project. It actually helps in reviewing the earlier stages, seeing whether the entrepreneur is actually able to start the business of entrepreneurship. These are the different stages over here, phases of an EDP. Now, what are the different factors influencing EDP? Factors, first of all, it consists about the structure and composition of EDP. Now, these EDP should be done across the country, irrespective of any regional variation. Like, it should not be limited to any particular area or any particular location. It should be streamlined together. The program or EDP program should have practical content so that the entrepreneurs or the trainees get practical exposure also, and they require a lot of inter-institutional arrangements so that the employee gets wide exposure. It should also get connected with or linked with support services like financial institutions, SIDBI representative, lead bank, etc. associated with the program. And the entrepreneurs, the potential entrepreneurs who have business experience, education skills, they should be considered first for EDPs. And their experience also should be counted. EDPs are having an interdisciplinary approach because they work involved will be in different field. It could be in any area. That is why it is mentioned it will be having an interdisciplinary approach. Many times fees and charges, with respect to fees and charges, many times a token fee would be collected. In some organizations, stipends are also provided during training period. ED should have the conceptual clarity. EDP should have conceptual clarity, means what exactly they are intended to teach. It should be designed in such a way that the objectives are met. So these are the factors influencing EDP. Now, how to develop it? Strategies for ED. Public entrepreneurship, dynamic role of public entrepreneurship. It means that the public entrepreneurship or the existing entrepreneurship should be developed, and they should also play an important role in going to areas which has not been explored earlier, or covering those areas which are unattracted sectors. Developing an industrial culture among the people, especially motivating the people. Without motivation, and any individual cannot become a successful entrepreneur. So qualities like vision, vigor, leadership, etc. should be inculcated. Developing management education and industrial training. Since many of the entrepreneurial decisions are supposed to be backed or supposed to be efficiently supported by managerial decisions, they must have quite good knowledge about management education. Similarly, they also need knowledge about their particular field. Development of backward areas. Development of backward areas is always a challenge, and especially for these areas, specific programs should be implemented. There may be so many people who are having technical expertise and managerial competence, but they may not be getting the required support. So these areas should be specifically developed. Adequate measure for mobilizing talent. That is about mobilizing, bringing together and fostering, developing entrepreneurial talent in the country. They should understand that this entrepreneurial talent could be available with the people residing in various areas, be it urban area, village area, rural area, wherever it is, and it should be mobilized adequately. Better economic administration, that is about helping in improving the objectives of economic policies, like with respect to business policies, fiscal policies, agricultural policies, commercial policies, etc. So when the entrepreneurs are benefiting, these areas also get benefited. Financial institutions adequate and timely credit. They should also provide. Financial institutions should provide adequate and timely credit to the entrepreneurs, especially to small and medium-sized enterprises. They should also impart knowledge about the needs of the economy, and this will help them in developing the entire system. Along with that, special categories of entrepreneurship should be motivated, like women, educated youth, retired army people, NRIs, and all, who we have already seen under target groups. Conducive, that is positive, favorable working conditions should be provided for these entrepreneurs so that their capabilities or capacities can be fully utilized. Emphasis on research. Greater emphasis should be put on research and enhancing indigenous techniques. Indigenous means locally available techniques, which is common to a particular area, which is common to our country, such things. This would have an encouraging impact on the entrepreneurship and technology at the domestic level. So these are the strategies for ED. Now, why these entrepreneurial development programs are required, need and importance. As we know that entrepreneurs play an important role in the economic development of any country. If the industrial progress of a country is very slow or it is low, it says that the level of entrepreneurship is also low in that country. So the entrepreneurs should use all the factors of production available to them in order to take full advantage of the society. They can help in generating employment, creating innovation, improving the standard of living of the people, developing backward areas, etc. All these are connected and all these will lead to higher economic growth. So, entrepreneurial development is very much important for the economic development of the country. They can play a major role in providing employment facilities because in many countries, especially in India also, unemployment and underemployment is also a major issue. We know that educated unemployment is something very common because there are people who are educated but they are not able to find any kind of job. So there should be efforts from the state and the central government in order to provide various entrepreneurial opportunities. At the same time, there are several shortcomings also or disadvantages also of EDPs. Many of the institutions who are providing this EDP, they are not exactly knowing what they're supposed to do. They are just doing it for the sake of doing. And those people who are involved in actually doing such or encouraging such EDP programs, they may have issues like limited manpower or they may hardly get any support from the government. Along with that, non-availability of resources like raw materials, power, infrastructure support, poor follow-up, etc. are also demerits or are also lead to the failure of EDP. Similarly, there may not be a standard course curriculum in commonly available in all the institutions. Along with that, low commitment. All these reasons lead to the failure of EDP. Same way, training institutions, they may not be providing adequate training, and even if at all they are providing training, that may not be sufficient. Information regarding competition in the market, other economic features, etc., may not be correctly imparted to the trainees. So many times we can even see that the literature or the content which are provided could be outdated and insufficient. Moving ahead, we can see types of programs. There are different types of programs available for educating and training entrepreneurs. Commonly, it is divided into two: short-term training courses and formal courses. Short-term training courses include for a period of 2 to 3 days or to 2 to 3 weeks duration, means it would be for a short period. There are many organizations which are providing such short-term training courses like Bombay Management Association, LIC, Indian Merchant Chambers, Bankers Training College, etc. It's for a short duration. Then there are also formal courses like in the form of courses at the postgraduate level and all. Many universities provide such courses. University of Mumbai also provides. Many other universities also provide. Like apart from that, IGNO, Indira Gandhi National Open University, they also provide or they also conduct courses in entrepreneurship. And many of these courses contain or these programs contain information regarding motivational training, field work, practical training, and also classroom instructions. So these are the different points under environmental development programs, or we can say entrepreneurial development programs.